the live and do the URL up at top. Click that and put that in as your destination.
Okay. There we go.
Let's see if that's going to work. And okay. Yep. I got you.
Got it?
Yep.
Awesome.
See if I just typed in yours. Hey there. Can you okay. All right guys, we are now joint streaming. So, I think that only happens you need the key before, like when it was ready to go, when you and me first started, how we set up the StreamYard together and everything like that.
Yeah.
So, but now you've got it and we will do it from there.
Okay.
Well, hey, Blue Eyes, why would I want to watch? Who's white underbelly? Two people pooping in the mouth. Hey, 90s. Oh, no, Menace. No, 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 no. She don't like you like that.
What
Hey,
is it?
Dan. He wanted to be your first comment.
Oh,
Hey, Menace, guess what? I was the first like too. You didn't even hit the like button. You could have been first. But while I was reading your comment, I saw I could be the first like too. He still hasn't hit the like button. So Blue Eye said she went to that website and it had people pooping in the mouth.
which website?
White underbelly with two people
Oh,
crapping in their mouth.
ew.
Yeah. He still hasn't hit your like button.
Menace, go like it or we can't be friends.
Okay. I think Roland hit it. I think Roland hit it. He didn't.
I'm just
Purple
picking. Hey,
90s.
Purple. Hey, 90s. Menace.
Hey, Ricky
Trouble.
Bobby.
Hey, Ricky.
As you guys know, we picked the first half hour conversation, and then the second half, we let you in the chat take us in any direction you want, whether it gets us in trouble or not. Where you guide us is where we end up going.
Hmm.
So today is going to be, I think, funny, but also it's, I don't know. I think it's funny, don't you? Because it's something that we all went through.
Yeah.
So you want to tell them what our subject is today? Hey, Ryan, Dan.
Our subject is myths that we heard of, or even, I guess you could say adults too, couldn't you?
Yep.
As adults or as kids growing up, or teenagers, I guess I should say, growing up.
There's
Uh,
even some college people that still think certain ways.
hmm.
So we're going to give you some of the stuff we heard growing up that after we became active, we realized it was just stupid to even think about this stuff. Hey,
Hmm.
Dan, Kobe. Dan decided to up the time frame. He's like, I'm going to go get my winch. I want her
I'm
here with me now, not later.
I'm so happy for them. When I heard the news, I was like, "Oh, I'm so excited." 'Cause I know you know, they've been waiting for this. So, oh, I just remembered something I forgot to do.
And you got to make sure you have to keep track of your chat now too.
Yeah, that's what I just realized. I was like, "Wait a minute."
So I'm trying to watch your chat for you too and stuff. And I just told Tyler we're dual streaming, but then I see him, he's already in here and they already figured it out before we had to say anything. So definitely smarter than what we up. What's up, Tyler? Good to see you. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Dan, when do you leave? because I knew it was going to be the 15th. And
Hey, Cobe. Hi, Tyler. Blue eyes.
he might like it up there and end up
Dan.
moving into her place.
Yeah.
Like, why would I go back to the middle of nothing when I could just walk out her front door and I could just smell White Castles every morning?
That is the best smell.
Oh, it is. I will have to say, like, if you go out and you're at the club at night, Crystal's is good for like early morning after drinking, or Denny's or the Waffle House
Uh-huh.
or the Huddle House. Some are Waffle House, some are Huddle House. It's the same stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. It's too blue to live in Minnesota. Uh-oh. Menace is gonna go scoop up Granny and move her down up with him.
Uh-oh. Oh, they won't be far from each other, would they?
No, not at that rate.
Uh-oh. Then you better hide Granny.
Everybody's like, I will not vote for a felon. Well, then don't vote, honey. Stay with
Right.
where you've got the economy and everything right now. But I, for one, am voting for a felon.
Right.
Not once, but if he runs again, because only Constitution says is no sitting president can run more than one multiple.
Hmm.
So that means he's never ran multiple. So if he gets elected, he could run a second term.
Right.
If you read, technically, if you read the Constitution, it's possible. So
Mm. Yep.
45 is 47 in my book. 45 and 47 makes the USA strong again.
Right.
My math is adding up. How about yours? Me either, Savannah. I hate the snow.
See, I love snow. I would rather have snow than thunderstorms.
Well, not me. I'd rather have the rain than that. But yeah, once the Supreme Court hears it, 34 guilties on the exact same, and the head witness admits to lying and that he took the funds and
No.
that the president didn't even wasn't aware of it, and you still convicted. I
Right.
figures he comes in early to surprise as he knows we're going live, so the dogs are going to bark. So, all right, you're gonna have to keep people company for me if it gets too bad.
Okay.
You should see my two little ones are at the window and their tails are just a wagging,
Oh,
and they're gonna run to the door. Oh yeah, I gotta unlock the door for them. So I'll be right back.
okay. I could see that, Savannah. It does. The cold is bad, once you start getting older and stuff like on joints, your joints
Let's
and
see.
stuff.
Yeah.
It sucks, but I just love it. I love a good, heavy, just, I miss the snows we used to get when I was a kid. Like we'd get about a foot of snow. Oh, I loved it.
Well, it'll probably be as long as it stays in New York, even on appeal. So for right now, he is. Once it's overturned, he will not be. So let's put it this way: he is a liberal felon
Mm,
because the Republicans would have never voted guilty.
no,
And what gets me, they say Biden's too old to be persecuted, but yet Donald Trump is the same age
right.
because one is all in mental fine health and the other one's not, then that's the difference.
No.
So anyway, so our subject today, Laurie Minnis tell you about me and his new stalker. No. Yep, he
Uh-oh.
was he was blocked all over, Tyler. So what it'll be over if even it has to get out of New York. And once it gets out of New York, yeah, it'll be overturned. No doubt. It might take 6 months or a year to get to the Supreme Court if they'll accept it. But there's not going to be much chance because if turning down is an ex-president's case, the first in that ever, yeah, I can't see
Mhm.
them being able to refuse that case.
It's just another way to try to distract people, but what they don't realize is it's making people wanting
Yeah.
to vote more, I guess you could say.
Mhm. I don't know why he didn't. His attorneys didn't put in for a change of venue because of it already being hostile. You can change the venue when you already know you don't
Mm,
stand a fair shot.
Yeah.
I don't know why his lawyers didn't put in for that.
Yeah, I don't. Oops.
Hey, Justice. Good to see you.
Hey, Justice.
Oh, they did, and it was turned down? They did put in a change of venue. Okay. Yeah, but
Oh,
anywhere, unfortunately, in the state or the state of New York, he was never going to get a fair trial.
no, not at
Okay.
all.
All right. So I'm going to let you begin, Maka. What's the first thing you ever heard?
The first thing, let me get my list here. I've got
Or,
so many
or
tabs
not the
open right
first
now.
thing, but what is the first thing you want to on our
Oh, the
list?
for the myths.
Pregnancy. Yes. Now
Um,
remember, these are all just quiet opinions and for entertainment purposes. Take her, please.
they're excited.
Yeah, take
Menace
those
will
in, honey.
talk later about the pay. I just saw that comment. But the first myth I would have to go with you can't get pregnant if you have sex and water. Hey, baby bird.
Hey, baber. Huh? I never heard that one, but I could see where people would believe that it would wash away when you're young and you just don't understand that.
Hmm.
Okay.
No,
I heard that if a guy pulls out, you can't get pregnant.
no,
Now, we all know that pre cum, it's still called cum for a reason.
exactly.
It's not as many as full ejaculation, but it only takes one. But when you're young, you guys don't know that. Who knows that?
Right. Yeah, you don't think, when you're younger, you think anything that you hear is like, oh, that's got to be true. When it's coming from your friends.
Yes. And when you're young, you don't want to go. I mean, how embarrassing. A lot of people would be like, Mommy or Daddy, did you hear this?
Uh-huh.
All right. What else you got?
Um, oh crap. There we go. Let's see. The only time that you um would get pregnant, or you would get pregnant every time you had sex. Every time, no matter if you use contraception or not.
That you could get pregnant every time?
Hmm.
Oh, wow. That one I haven't heard. Or maybe
Yep.
I did. That it's better not to have sex because you'll get pregnant.
Hmm. No matter what.
But what if, and none of us even stop to think, but wait a minute, if you're already pregnant, what does that mean? Have four babies if we do it four times?
No.
But on that note, did you ever hear that if you had sex while you were pregnant, you will give your baby brain damage?
I've heard that. I remember that one. I'm trying not to use too bad of a words, Menace, so contraception was the best one I could come up with. Smartass.
Only because it's not after hours yet.
Right. I'm trying to be, what is it, politically correct right now?
Yep. Because we have known that there could be kids listening.
Yes.
So once again, these are just things that you hear as a kid that are not true. These are all just myths and rumors that friends when you're young. If you have questions, please talk to adults that you trust
Hmm.
and leave and don't be listening even in the bushes. Hey
Right.
old lady, how you doing?
Hey, old lady. Hey, HBR.
Roland,
Ronan. Ronan.
that must his dad must have been really hung because Roland's got that big old dent in his forehead. HBR, his nose protected him. All right. Is
Oh
it your
my
turn?
gosh. Um, no, I think it's your turn.
Okay. That when you hear the word doggy style, it means you take it up the butt
Yes, I've heard that one.
because that's what dogs do. They have it, you always see that it's in a butt. So that's what we were told as kids is like, look, if a guy wants it doggy style, it means he wants to go up your butt. And it's like, oh,
Yeah, not happening. No.
no, I don't want to be smelling doo doo. No,
Oh. Mm-mm.
especially when you're young, you know.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Let's see. Sex is just like what you see in porn.
Oh, yeah.
I remember hearing about that. Oh, it's just like no, no.
Hmm. And see, I hadn't heard of porn when I was hearing my friends talk about sex, so I never heard that one.
Yeah.
So, all right. Okay, this is going to sound weird. This isn't something I heard, but it's just something I thought. And I wonder how many of you women thought this too. Okay. All right. Before you have the sex talk, we don't know that penises are soft and then they get hard and they grow. So I used to think that whatever the size of a guy is that's the size that he walks around with all day long.
No.
So I would always wonder and be like, as I was getting a little older, and I was like, well, if you can't see it, they must not be very big. Not
Yeah.
realizing that, and I have to admit, it wasn't until like the first time that I realized, oh, they grow. That's how they wear those jeans.
You just made me remember something.
Did you ever wonder about that? Ladies in the chat too? Did you guys ever wonder about that? Like, what do they do with that? Because in the 80s, they all wore tight jeans.
Uh-huh.
And I always like it had to hurt, you know? And yeah.
Yep.
So until I actually saw my first one and realized that it goes from one to the bigger to the next, that it's not one size fits all.
When you watched it grow for the first time. Oh gosh.
Well, it's like touch it. And when you touch it and it starts to grow and throb in your hand, you're like, it's like a chia. Chia. You add the water and it grew. so, so what did you think of when I said that?
I don't know if I want to say or not.
It's off the hip. You got to say it. You put it out there. Now we got to.
I don't know. I remember seeing the first one grow and I was just mesmerized.
Well, that's what I said. The first time it was in my hand,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden he's like, touch it. And all of a sudden it starts to move. And I'm like, the damn Chia Pet song came in my head because that was really big. It was like, chia. And you plant the seeds and then you just add water. It grew. Hey,
Hey,
Janie, how
Jen.
you doing? I really was like, oh my God, that's how. And he looked at me like I was crazy. And he's like, what do you mean that's how? And I was like, and I explained it and he just started laughing. He says, I'm not laughing at you. He said, but that was so cute.
Oh, I remember the
So
first one seeing one jerk.
and what's funny is you literally hear guys say, baby, it's throbbing for you. It literally aches. And then when you actually see it throbs, then you're like, what the hell? Hey,
All right.
Yankees.
Hey, Yankees. Oh
So,
my gosh, that got
all
my
right.
face red.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't the only one who did
No.
not know that they grew.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, does it grow because it's outside the pants and it's got fresh air? And
Mhm.
then it's like, just touch it. And then you do, and it starts to grow. And it's like, wow, I have magic hands or something.
Right. Have magical powers.
That's true, 90s. Ours throbs too, yes.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Oh, it figures, Dan. All right, your turn.
Uh, um, let's see. Now, this is one I haven't heard, but I just saw it, so I figured I'd say it. Porn causes erectile dysfunction in young men.
Corn?
Porn
Oh, porn.
causes, yeah, sorry, my mic, I
Okay.
gotta get it closer to me. Porn causes erectile dysfunction in young men, which I could see parents using that.
Now, see, I always heard that masturbation um, is bad for you because it can uh, make your eyes cross and it'll stay, or it'll grow hair on your palm.
Hmm. Yeah, I remember hearing that.
And I remember when everybody was talking about it, you had a bunch of guys like looking down at their hand all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And it was like, Justice just had fish from McDonald's. I don't
Oh,
mind their fake fish sandwiches. They're actually pretty decent.
well, you have to get them when they first, like when they're first cooked, though.
Yes.
At
And they're
least that's
nice
how
and
I remember.
steamy and soft in the buns. Yeah. I wonder why I went blind. I got to go get my hands haircuts every month.
Yeah.
All right, your turn.
Oh, that I just done that one.
No, I said it grows hair. If you masturbate,
Oh, that's
you
right.
get
Okay.
fur in your hands and you can go blind.
Okay. This is getting me all discombobulated.
Oh, and if you Holler Boy said he was told if you do it too much, it'll cause heart problems.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
I hadn't heard
Jeffrey.
that one. Hey, Jeffrey, the eyeball. I'm watching you. Um, let's see. I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can find another one here, like for younger, but most of the ones I've got left are for older. Like, uh,
That's okay. Whatever you found.
let's see. We'll do foreplay is not required. Sex should be effortless.
Wow.
That's a myth for older people, of course.
Yeah. Well, on that one too, oh, something made me think about. Now I can't remember it. Okay, for ours, what about if he just puts the tip in, you're still a virgin. You didn't have sex.
I remember that one. I forgot about that. Yeah.
You could let him just put the tip in. If I just put the tip in, you'll stay a virgin. I
Uh,
promise.
yeah. And then all and then all of a sudden they get too excited and whoops,
Yeah.
not no more.
I don't know of anybody who could just have that self control and just put the tip in, especially no 16, 17, 18-year-old boy. No.
Right. No. No, 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 no. Well, that's true, Menace. I can say that too, but I mean, not every time.
No.
You gotta have a little foreplay. It's just one of those things.
Where there's different styles. You
Mhm,
have that is just what you call a fuck. And you
mhm.
both are ready to go at that moment and it's get it on and you're done. There's no hugging and cuddling after.
Right.
Sometimes you just want it down and dirty. Then you've got sex.
Mhm,
Then you've got the love making.
mhm.
So there's different stages and depending on the mood, and both of you have to be in those set moods too. One can't be into lovemaking and the other one into a quickie because that's
No.
why communication is key for any intimacy.
Yes.
Minish just needs a sandwich and he's ready to go. He's
Goodness.
peanut butter and sees jelly and he's all about it.
It's like, let's go.
Yeah, it's either the mayonnaise or the jelly that gets him turned on.
Oh,
Okay, uh tongue kissing gets you pregnant.
yeah.
So as long as you're
I remember
kissing, you're
that one.
fine.
Yep.
But if they put their tongue in their mouth and you get some of their spit, you're going to get pregnant.
Yep.
Let's see. All right, your turn.
Um, Now this is one that's kind of somewhat debated. Oral sex and foreplay are the same thing. Do you think that?
Yes,
Do you think so?
because usually, to me, anything that's done before penetration is foreplay. It's a way to get your partner, yeah, uh, wet or hard or just excited and get them like right to the edge so that their satisfaction's coming.
Mm.
He's talking about Granny. She's hungry. He's got to go
Oh.
feed the monster. You don't think it's foreplay, oral sex?
I don't feel like it is.
What do you
To
think
me,
it is?
I see foreplay as mainly um, like the kissing, touching, using different things, like a feather or, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of like a stimulation, but not in those areas, I guess you could say, in that area.
So what would you call oral sex? Just sex?
Yeah,
Can you have just in your opinion, can you just both have oral sex without penetration and be satisfied?
yeah,
I agree with
if,
that one.
yeah.
If it's done right.
If
Yes.
it's got to be done right, of course.
Yeah. So, but I still think of it as it could be on its own. Hey, Grey Wolf.
Hey, Gray.
I could see it standing on its own or as foreplay because it's doing something before you penetrate. If
Hmm.
that's all it's going to be, then yes, that's part of lovemaking if you both are going to, get yours. But I
Right.
still think I'm getting some Burger King and getting the monster something out of the trash to eat.
Oh,
That's true, Savannah.
yeah,
All right. I heard, let's see, girls who do blowjobs are sluts.
yeah. I remember that one. Why is it? We might have had this discussion before. That reminds me. Why is it that men can sleep with as many women as they want to and nothing gets said to them, but if a woman does it, they're sluts or whores or hoes, however you want to say it.
Yeah. But they're studs.
Yeah. I think we've talked about that before, though, haven't we?
I think so. Or you and me have talked about that we were going to do a live about um, stuff like that.
Hmm.
It's like Amanda just asked, is it done right if she's a spitter? I'm asking for a friend. If she spits, he still came. If he came, she
Yeah.
did it right.
Yeah.
Now, some guys believe that it's not complete unless what Macha says it has to be done.
Hmm.
Um, our dicks don't change form and grow weird roast beef walls after extreme usage. Roast beef walls.
Think about that.
Now,
Arby's
yeah,
roast beef.
I
Okay.
got it. Hey,
Okay.
Savannah, so you swallow for pretty hair. Some of us just use it for protein on the outside for conditioner, leave on conditioner, and then you wash it out and your hair grows even better. It is
Yeah.
pure protein.
Yeah.
So either way, but that's a myth too, because semen, we heard that, swallow it, it's just protein.
Hmm.
It's not protein.
No. No, I
Unless their
remember that.
swimmers are like little fish and fish is
Right.
protein.
Hey, Spencer.
Hey,
I don't
Spencer.
I don't know if you're suitable. No, I'm just playing.
Exactly, Amanda. Kegels are the easiest things to do.
Mhm.
And most women don't even realize it. Like if you have to go to the bathroom really bad and you're squeezing down there to hold it in, that's a Kegel. Do them.
Mhm.
It's not hard to sit wherever you're sitting down or standing
No.
up and you're waiting in line. Do knock out 20 to 50. Just standing there.
Yeah.
It's amazing. No matter what
Mhm.
age you get, you
No.
stay very tight.
Yep.
And it helps you so you don't have incontinence. You don't pee yourself. Your muscles are stronger down there so that
Mhm.
you don't have accidents as much, especially after giving birth. Um, so Kegels are an easy exercise for women
Mhm.
to do, and it is just also to strengthen your muscles down there
No.
so that when you get them in there, if they're good, you tighten them and they ain't getting out,
No.
and not alive, but in pieces.
Right.
I could explain why there is a difference, but I don't want to do all that typing. I'll talk about it next time I'm live. Oh, no, you don't get to have it on your live. This is our discussion. You'd have to be on one of our panels, Daniel Armstrong. What's a hand job and finger banging called? A hand job for both, right?
Hey, Vinny. I
Hey,
don't know. That's what
Vinny.
I'm sitting here thinking. Vinny, Vinny. I always want to say his name twice and Roland's name twice.
Yeah. Well, that's
I
because
guess
Roland
we're
puts his three times, and
yeah.
Vinny, you just go, Vinny, Vinny, like you're revving up a car. Rum, 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 rum. When you see Vinny and Roland,
Uh,
rolling, 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 rum. But I would think a hand job, gray wolf, and finger banging is exactly what it's called. It's foreplay. I don't know. Maka, do you consider a hand job foreplay or actual sex?
I would consider that foreplay.
Okay.
What about you?
So if you use your hand versus your mouth, wouldn't it still be foreplay then?
Well, no, because you're actually using one of your openings, I guess you could call it. Like you're using your mouth. I don't know why I wouldn't just say that, but you're using your mouth, which is oral.
I got you. You see, there's so many different opinions and stuff that people with sex, even when you know all the terms and stuff,
Mm,
that's what makes it so interesting. I consider a hand job a ton of unnecessary friction. Somebody else said unnecessary work. Why use your hand and waste it when you get more out of it with your mouth or other body parts?
mm.
Okay, do you consider sex with titties titty fucking sex or foreplay? Because they can still get off in between your breast.
I would consider that foreplay.
To me, it's a waste. To me, it's a waste because if they're
Yeah,
gonna
but
come between your boobs, what are you getting out of it? But a
right.
face full, a chin, your neck full of, you know,
Yeah,
cream.
right.
It only does something for them. I
Yeah.
mean, I can understand as a teaser, you know what I mean? Like foreplay.
Mm.
She's got to have a D cup and spit on it. So now you know Menace watches porn.
Right.
Yep. Don't waste it just to taste it. 90s.
Yeah, a pearl necklace. I mean, there you go.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? Scoop it off and like rub it through your hair for the protein? Or I mean, to me, I'm gonna sit there and I think hey Pimp Pigeon, how you doing?
Hey, pimp.
He likes his boobs. Hey Captain America, good to see you. I think for me, the only intimate now with booby fucking, I think that the one thing that there are people, hey Blue Eyes, who like that. You don't ever have to hush, Blue Eyes. We let the chat
No.
steer us. Is
Yes.
you look them in the eye. It's a form of intimacy.
No.
I know most partners won't masturbate for one another because it's like that is a waste when you could be doing it for each other.
Right.
I don't want to actually sit there and just be by myself if Tim's beating it. You know what I mean? I'd
Right.
rather be in the one, you know.
No.
So, but I can see with for foreplay, not for the full, but just to get warmed up, doing the booby part,
Mm.
and so you could look them in the eye
Right.
while you're holding the chest for them, and you're moving your boobs and stuff for them. There is an intimacy there.
No.
Like if you can't, like you've had surgery or something, let's say there's some reason you can't have sex. That is one way to do it.
Right.
Free moisturizer, Purple said. Okay, okay.
They're saying you're going to get a sponsorship.
Hey, we had what we were talking about, miss. You in the chat always steer our conversation. So we are answering what you guys are reading your questions and end up that's what we talk about. Pimp pigeon. Well, it's a good thing at 6'1" I was blessed with big hands, pimp. Everybody knows I got a big mouth. Let's see. The only reason to ever give a handy is if the balls are in your mouth.
Oh,
Okay, then that's going to shoot you in the eye. Okay, so if you got the balls in your mouth, that stuff's hitting you in the eye. How the hell are you getting your hand up? That would be an awkward way to do that.
not really.
I would volunteer to be the voice. And on today's lesson, you will wrap your hand. She wraps her hand slowly and warmly and gently around the underneath. They're soft and smooth. $3.99 to hear the rest of that story.
Was it like Paul Harvey for the rest of the story? We'll be back for the rest of the story.
So I don't know.
I can't remember that. It was something he used to say all the time.
Then he says, okay, 90 says you just got to turn your head a little to the side.
Right.
So then you just get a wad in your ear. Don't bite it. NWA, don't bite it. Dr. Ruth, my kid just heard you on the phones that I'm telling mom. Menace. So he thought he was listening to a website.
You ain't going to be getting any sandwiches tonight.
Oh, he might get double.
Oh, true.
She's like, give me that headset, Menace.
Mm.
All right, let's see. What else would you consider?
Let's see.
Did you ever hear the rumor that different positions will guarantee a boy or a girl?
Yes.
Like if you ride on top or doggy style, and then, or after you come, he's got to hold your leg. You have to hold your legs up in the air if you want a little girl.
Yeah.
It's like, what? I got to run and go get me and Granny something to eat. All right, no problem, Dan. So,
Safe travels. Hey, Mugs.
well, all right, Savannah. Hey, Muggs, how you doing? Let me see. I missed something. Let's see. Laurie and Macha, you'll never have a masturbation race with your significant other. It's kind of fun. You stare at each other and see who can come first. It's a fun game to see who decides who wins. No.
Mm-mm.
It's a way to decide who wins an argument. No. To me, it's just if your partner's with you, you take away the, I don't know. Hey, duct tape, how you been?
Hey, duct tape.
You I saw your story on IG and I was gonna, and I had the live, so I didn't get to reach out. He said, I was just trying to say hi, Laurie. We answer the chat stuff, duct tape. You know how this show goes. Hey, fish.
Hey, fish.
I don't know. I find it, it's a waste to me to self pleasure when you've got your partner there.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, if they're around, yeah. But if they're not, then no.
Exactly. I would rather somebody pleasure themselves while their husbands are like on an oil rig for a while or are deployed or in the field or out of town for business instead of going out and cheating, of course.
Right.
Well, yeah, if you got big tits or a big ass, just drop your pants or take your shirt off and they'll shut up to let you win.
Every time.
Yep. You got titties and ass, you win the fight.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think it's more intimate when you're with your partner and you're doing each other and you can look each other like in the eye because you can actually sit tandem on the bed or the couch or the floor and look into each other's eyes and do what you're doing. And to me, that's very sexy and intimate.
Mhm.
And if it's been a while, you definitely know that all guys, if you've been away for a while and it's going to be your first time in a while, you know you're going to be quick.
Right,
So then go ahead and jerk yourself off before you get to where you're going home because that way when you get home, it's not so fast.
right.
It'll still be quicker because it's only the second time in a long time, like it's been 30 days, 6 months, a year. I've been called that too, Savannah.
But,
Mock is the one who says, she's the one who says that you can't spit if you want to keep your man for a long time.
no, if you want to stay with the man, always swallow. Word of advice.
Now, I this article popped up, right? And what's weird is it popped up and it says that women who give blowjobs are more likely to be cheaters in relationships.
Well,
That is a that is amazing when that happens, Blue Eyes. And the closer to the scalp, the less it hurts for a female.
yes,
So women always put your hair in a ponytail. That way they know to go right to the base of the ponytail and it doesn't hurt. Or for men, if their hair is free and flowing, grab it and like twist it in your hand and get up as close as you can to the scalp.
yeah, don't go back like towards the ends. Always
No.
stay close to the roots.
Yep. Because then you might get a donkey punch in your neither rhythms, neither realm regions.
Right.
I can see that for you, Jay. I don't think what you do sexually defines if you know what loyalty is. Exactly. When I read that women who give head are cheaters, I'm like, what? You would think if they're willing to do that for their man, it's because they found where they want to be and they love him enough. Because a lot of women just don't randomly give every date a blowjob.
No,
To me, I have to really care about somebody. I'm not just like every time I go
no,
on, when I was single, I
right.
was like, oh, let me give you a blow. No,
No,
no. That's a
no.
level of trust and intimacy that they respect what your wishes. Because if you tell a
Yes,
guy, look, I want to do this, but I'm not doing this, or let me know before you come, at least give me a warning. You have to have that trust.
right. To me, it's always been about trust for me. I mean, I some people it doesn't really matter, but to me, it's always about the trust
Yes.
when it comes to intimacy, at least.
Yep. And Fish said that's not true, but a woman who loves giving head wants to give head to as many diverse penises as she can.
Right.
See, I don't believe that.
No,
I don't want to give it to a lot of diverse
no,
penises.
no.
So I have to be in a relationship that I trust and that
Hmm.
I feel safe.
Right.
I think that's the key word is the more safe you feel with that person, the more you're willing to let yourself go, the
Yeah.
more open you are.
Hmm. The more you're willing to try new things and explore, like,
Yes,
how far you're willing to go with certain things.
because you know they're not going to hurt you.
Hmm.
And if it does hurt, then you know they're not trying to do it. They're showing you stuff but they'll respect it if they hurt you that it won't be something that'll be brought up again.
Right. Safe word, safe word.
Is it cheating if they tell you about it before it happens? I don't know. Usually I don't plan it. It really okay. It's funny when a girl really likes a guy, she won't go down on the guy. She's okay blowing a guy in the parking lot, but she don't want the dude she likes to think she's a. Now, see, I'm the opposite, Fish. is if I like you, then you're getting it. I won't do a random guy in no parking lot.
No. Yeah,
I
well, see,
did
I know
to
for
my ex, but it was very sporadic because just because one time he decided, oh, I'm sorry, it's my bad. I didn't. It was too good. It felt too good. I didn't get to warn you, and I lost all trust, so I wouldn't
yeah.
do it anymore.
Oh.
So, but I like when it happens organically. You're
Mhm.
sitting there, you're making out, you're kissing, and then you decide, you know what, and you grab their chest and get them to roll over, and then you roll over on top, and then you do it,
No.
or however.
No.
Oh, that's true, Fish. It's we are open to all opinions. Like I said, this
Oh,
is all for entertainment. So we appreciate you speaking up because that's what we all do. And so we definitely appreciate you speaking to us on it. I was one of them. You never seen me without my hair fixed or makeup, three or more homemade meals, sex every day, did housework, yard work, etc. And he screwed around.
mhm.
Next time, only give half of all that.
Yeah. Been there, blue, and yeah, that some. I mean, sometimes it doesn't matter what you do or how you can be the Stepford wife, as they say, or whatever, and it doesn't matter. Like some people are just like that.
Men and
Never
women
make
are
them
there
happy.
are pigs. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. They're always going to look at the grass is greener on the other side. And when they get over there and they realize it's not, I always would be like, if that ever happened to me, I'd shut the door. Like, well, I'd go ahead and water that grass because that grass is needing your help more than mine because mine's nice and green and it's going to stay that way for the next person.
Mhm.
So
Well, yeah, Spencer, I thought that you'd been taking notes.
you would think.
He said he needs to take notes.
And two more rumors that I heard is that you'll know a woman's a virgin if you've been with her and she bleeds. That's not true. Not all hymens bleed, and girls could actually bust theirs on a bicycle, horseback riding, all kinds of things. So, and
Mm,
some are even born without hymens.
mm.
30% of the female population.
Wow, that's
So,
crazy.
yeah.
I
So
didn't know
just
that.
Yep. So just because a woman doesn't bleed, if she tells you she's a virgin, there's other ways you could tell. Uh, watch how uncomfortable or nervous she is for that time. Um, uh, see if uh, she can know everything, but doesn't mean just because she reads and's been had the sex talk, her first time, she doesn't quite know how she's supposed to sound, act. I mean, there's other factors, so don't rely on the hymen, guys.
No.
So, and don't think that if a woman doesn't come every time, it's a myth that the guy sucks because not all women can be that spot can be hit.
Mm,
Some
that
can
is true.
only have orgasms from the clitoris. They cannot be hit by the G spot.
Right.
So, but that's where you learn from your partner what positions, because if they can't do it normally, say missionary, they might be able to do it on top, or they could do it doggy style. There's different positions that you could find. So Holler Boy says women make the funniest faces during sex. That's because you men can't see the faces you make.
Right.
Hey, Carlos.
Hey, Carlos.
Men
Yeah, they
scrunch their faces sometimes and their nose kind of crinkles, or they get this concentration on their face, or their jaw locks up for a minute, their veins on their neck pop out. They're like, and then it's like all of a sudden you just hear, oh, so,
mouth slack open, eyes rolled back in their head, like
collapse to the bed on the pillow. And yeah, you guys make some funny faces your damn self there, Holler Boy. Fish, it is the one of the most popular positions for a woman. Yes.
what? Oh yeah.
yes, please, men. If you're one of these, like Blue Eyes says, I'm gonna come over
Ah,
and
that
over,
just
just shut
ruins
up
it.
and do it.
Yeah, that just ruins the whole mood.
Yeah. Or how was that? How was that? If you have to ask what you're doing,
Apparently, you're not doing
um,
something right.
yeah. So no, you don't dip out or have a cigarette. You roll over, you pull them into your arms, lay their head on your chest, you rub their arm, and you just talk to them for about 5 minutes. And if that, she might roll over and try to want to dip out and get clean. So at least a 5 minute cuddle and little talking without like, was I any good? Did I do it right? How you feeling? Yeah, don't be doing that.
Right.
But maybe ask about her day at that point because maybe you come home and she was standing at the door ready to go.
Mhm. Sometimes you don't even have to use words.
Nope. Just lay there and bask in what you guys just created, especially if it was damn good.
Oh,
Then get up, clean, and go have your cigarette and then dip out if you want.
oh,
He's like a thief in the night. But it I definitely knew when I satisfy a woman and when I did. Exactly. Men will know. And
mhm.
does it mean if she didn't like squirt all over you that she didn't? There's ways to know if a woman was satisfied.
No,
So, especially if she just when you're done and you roll over, she goes, "All right," um, and starts talking.
mm,
A satisfied woman just wants to bask in what she's had and just curl
yes.
up with you.
No, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
Hmm.
Right, Blue? If
Or
she's jerking, you'll know.
exactly, I was just gonna say, check her inner thigh because sometimes they'll get that twitch
Mhm.
when they've got total that muscle fat, that inner thigh will twitch.
No,
Exactly. Short cuddle, go get cleaned up, get her something cold to drink and a cigarette if you smoke, and come back, ask if she wants to watch you want to watch a movie together and curl up in the bed, or if it's you guys are ready for bed, go to bed.
uh,
See, to me, nothing does a good night's sleep after you've just had an amazing
it's the
session.
best sleep. Yep,
Yes. And in
it's
your
the best
you
sleep.
fall asleep in each other's arms and until they start snoring, and then you have to wake them up and roll them to their side. But up until that time, nothing like that afterglow to help you go to sleep a little bit easier that night. He says,
Yeah,
while you're
holler.
taking that minute, I'm taking that minute to put my clothes on and dip out.
She does the Cabbage Patch, then you go live.
So stupid. After sex, she jumps up, wants to make me a sandwich, and is full of energy. She was satisfied. Now, see, to me, when it's done right, I have no energy at first. I just want to like my body's like jello or something that's like water. It's just fluid and it's limp. My arms, my whole body's just like, oh, do I have to get up for a minute?
Well,
It's like it's heavy. It's because it's just like I'm a puddle of mud or of water. Just and I don't mean down there. I mean my whole body.
right.
So
All right, 90s. Hope
all
you
right, 90.
you have a rest of your good class.
Dipping
Well,
out of
if I
class
talk,
to listen
yeah.
to this class. Muggs is like, I'm a person who says, "Are you thirsty?" And when she says, "Yeah, I'll go get you something," but it meant for my house, not hers. I don't think I ever had a bunch of energy after a good session.
Mhm.
If she can't walk right afterwards, you're not doing it. Exactly, smart mouth. There you go.
Oh,
Or if she wants to get up right away.
yeah.
Most of the time, you're like, I need a minute. That's why that few seconds to cuddle, you know? Yes, it is. Once we're done glowing and the aftermath, we are wanting to get up. So on that part, yes, fish, you do get more energized afterwards, and you're like, Oh, that was good. Men, you roll over and go to sleep.
No.
And guys, if a woman says, stop, stop, it hurts, it does not mean hurts in a bad. It just means it was overstimulated and it needs a second.
Mm.
Because I don't know, I know that men sometimes can get so sensitive down there.
No.
Well, women can too.
No.
Purple says after sex, she wants to sleep or get high. Holler Boy says, you're damn right. As soon as I'm done after a good sex, I fall asleep like a baby.
And if a woman says, right there, that's like right there, that's the spot right there.
Please don't move.
Don't speed up. Don't
Yeah.
slow down. Don't change directions. Just
No.
keep doing what you're doing.
I hate when you say right there, and they'll be like, what? And about that moment, they'll move just an inch to their head to speak to you. And you're like, well, never mind now. You're starting all over.
Oh gosh. Hey,
Fish says,
Victoria.
hey, Victor, I'm done after sex. I'm 58. At 20, I've been like, forget about it. Let's go again.
Yeah.
I don't know, even in the early 50s. I think for women, we hit our peak as we get older because we're more confident on how we talk about it, what we like, what, our bodies. So it's like, where are you going? Well, I was going to get a drink. Well, hurry up, get that drink, get some Powerade, have a cup of coffee, and get your butt back in here.
Right.
But we already did it 2 times. I don't care. This ain't. We're not in math class. We're not counting.
Right.
Yep, people do sometimes have sex because they can't sleep.
No.
But for me, I don't think I've ever done it just because I can't sleep. He'll say something, it's a word or a look or a sound or a smell, and it'll be like, let's go.
Right.
He's like, where are we going? And I'll just look, and he's like, oh, okay.
Lead the way.
That is true, Amanda. Think about this, guys. Don't be afraid to ask because you guys get lost on the driveway before navigation systems were on your phone and in your car. You were too stubborn to stop and ask for directions. Well, women are like a roadmap too, like Amanda says.
Mm-hmm.
You got to drive around until you hit your destination.
Right.
So Muggs is a fuck them and leave them. So he says women 35 and older are on the level of 20-year-old man. And that's why older women go after younger men. My ex-wife told me to give her 12 inches and make it hurt. So we had sex 12 times and then I hit her with a brick. Carlos, I think it could be used as a treatment for insomnia, at least for men's part, for sure.
Mm.
A man gets a good working out. They always roll over. Most of them do fall asleep, even if it's just a power nap.
Yeah.
So for women, I don't know that it really, because as you've seen by the women in the chat, most women do get a burst of energy because the husband or the boyfriend will roll over. Hey, eyes, they will roll over and go to sleep where we get up and it's like, all right, let me get, whatever they couldn't get done, they'll go get done, whether it's a load of laundry or some dishes or, watch a movie, something. The Uber should be outside before I start. It'll only be a couple minutes. Oh, I've had to use cucumbers straight out of the fridge on a chick.
Oh my.
Eyes is back. I don't know if you guys remember Eyes. She had a pretty good YouTube channel, and she came over onto a sister's panel and was really shy. And Sin and me were joking, and she finally was like, okay. And then some stuff came up, and she was off the internet for a while. So she coming back.
Well, hi, Oz. It's good to see you back.
So Might be a
Seeing,
surprise. It's eyes of talk now instead of eyes of art. Okay.
well,
Oh, I would now it's eyes of heart
it's
instead of art.
of
Okay.
art. Okay.
But you might see her with me again.
No,
So,
that'll be awesome.
Savannah, just because you're old, the older you get, the better. It's like wine and bourbon. A good bourbon takes many, many years. Tim, did he leave? You want to talk to him for me? I got to go get him off the couch.
Okay.
I'm coming, little man. You want down?
Fish. Yeah,
Hey, man.
Amanda, I get nervous when I'm on a panel with Sin. I don't know why, but I do. I get super nervous.
Did you see what Fish said?
Yeah.
Sometimes when they're older, you have to knock the cobwebs out. Well, that, on some, I'm sure there would be on the older women because a lot of men don't, that in their mind, what's an older woman got to offer?
Yeah.
And if you give them a chance, well, you'll figure out what they have to offer.
Hmm.
I think some of the older women, especially in their 60s, I think they can actually probably knock the socks off of a 30-year-old man.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. More experience, more, kind of know the moves and
Yeah.
Mike,
Muggs,
Mike hasn't
you
had a very good experience.
well, he's gonna. A lot of men say that they don't want the marriage being locked down, but there's gonna be you out of nowhere. That
Yeah.
one is gonna just pop up, and you're gonna be like, "Wow!" And it's gonna be, I can't let anybody else having her
Mhm.
or him.
Yeah.
Ooh, smart mouth. A 1 month fling from 30 years ago called him yesterday. One, how weird, how amazing you still had the same number. And two, if you're single, hey,
Well,
mingle.
yeah, Amanda, he is, but I don't know. There's just something. I just get nervous.
Who's she talking about?
Sin.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I get nervous when I get on panel with him. I don't know why, but I get nervous.
I think if you're not prepared, like
Yeah.
a shit talker like he is, that he can get you off your element really quick.
Yeah. See, I'm not like a quick comeback type of person. And I get nervous. That might be what it is. 'Cause I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah, but once you get started, you bring out those zingers.
Yeah.
So, Spencer 5, give Jaw your Addy and he will set you up. He already told you. I
No.
was in a 7-year relationship and was engaged. Well, what happened, Muggs?
Oh,
Wow.
that sucks.
Yeah, because you think after that long, to me, it's like, I don't want to be in a long term relationship like that without a serious commitment because, after you've been with somebody, even within the first year, if you see yourself with that person forever.
Right.
And, you know, I was married 9 years and she left me. Man, I don't approve anybody just marrying for money or male
No.
or female.
No.
I think that's disgusting and
Mm-mm.
or for publicity or
Convenience.
Yeah, because it does. There's some people, that are doing that, and the person they're marrying is probably doing it for a whole different reason. And that's where people get bad taste in their mouth. Or if you think you're going to cheat or be attracted to other people still, if you still find yourself with a wandering eye when you're in
Yeah,
a committed relationship, you're not with the right person.
right.
So, because if I was with a guy and I was still finding other men attractive and was looking,
Right.
and he wasn't the first thought in my head, that was usually like, oh, okay. You didn't think of him until after you realized what you were doing.
Oh,
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Muggs. Wow. I broke in a girl's house and found my husband's clothes in her bedroom.
oh man.
Oh, you're lucky the dad as a cop didn't put you in jail, Blue Eyes.
Mhm. I remember when girls, like when they'd get broken up with, they'd go and put baloney on the guys' cars. Did you ever hear about that or see that?
No.
I never done it, but because I wasn't going to ruin somebody's vehicle. But yeah,
Wow.
they do that and then put, what was it? Something else on there. Was it shaving cream or something? But it like messed up their paint jobs.
Raw egg does that.
Well,
Well, congrats. Happy anniversary, early Purple Cinnamon. 11
yeah.
years and 10 days. So
Well, happy anniversary.
me and Tim this month have our anniversary from our first date when we got together.
Well,
But Roland and his wife and me and Tim share the same wedding anniversary.
isn't that crazy?
It is. When we weren't putting certain informations out. And then he was like, yeah, tomorrow's my anniversary. And I'm like, Roland, on this date is your anniversary? Yeah. And I reached out to him. I said, just so you know, that's mine and Tim. Swear to God, it's our anniversary too. So, all
All right, we'll get there.
right.
Anybody wants a demon daughter, let me know. I got one for sale.
You have a demon daughter?
Yeah, you.
I'm not your daughter.
No, but you're Satan's daughter.
No, daughter of the Lord. He just gave me a mouth and a brain to think for myself. Marry a rich older man and bang the pool boy. Nah, to me, a pool boy has no aspirations or goals. He's just one of those summer bums. Is like, "Well, let me clean your pool." If I've got money, I don't want a bum that's going to live off my money. I want somebody who has their own, and that is in my at least my generation, so that we can um, have things in common to talk about. Did you tell him the names yet, Lori? Amanda, what names? I know something's niggling in the back of my head of something we talked about, but I'm trying to remember. Because when you told me something, I think he was gone out of town, and I said I'd have to tell him. I called his PO and got him picked up, and I took the car back. Well, good.
Well,
That's why you marry the rich man and use the pool boy.
right.
Ah.
I can see that.
Why can't I marry the rich man who cleans a good pool? Mm.
Oh, there you go.
See, Tim cleans our pool. We take turns. So
Mhm.
for the Girl Talk Lives. Oh, no, I haven't told him those names yet. We haven't. I was going to wait till because we were supposed to go Monday, but I forgot with the rundown. So we have to change it to Sundays. So when we're all together backstage Sunday before we go live, we could talk about the names. She was trying to come up with some names for our group show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Everybody should check out the artwork that Macha is doing for Off the Hip for me and her um, when it comes up.
Yeah, I gotta work on it some more, which I used it as a thumbnail earlier just to try to have something there, but
Okay. I'm talking about like Amanda, like if there's no way I'd be like play when I hit 60, if something happened to Tim, yeah, we have a all women's music show where we talk shit, we listen to music. We have different topics of genres of music that we're doing. Like we're about to do part 2 of Ladies of the 80s. All right. But like if I was 60 years old, I wouldn't want to date no 20-year-old.
no.
I just would not have, I mean, sex only goes so far. I want to be able to take him with my friends and we all have conversations. What's he going to talk about? The newest YouTube app? Now he says, now I got to worry about you all cheating on me with the pool boy when I make my money. Well, because we're not horny ladies. We all got men. We
No.
all we're all are very happy in our relationships.
Mhm.
Maka's been married a long time. Me and Triple T been married a long time. Um, Amanda's happy, and Amy and Meg has been married 30 years, 32 years. So I have a double D. Oh, I have ADD. I was like, you have double
Oh,
D's. Oh, you don't need to worry about conversations then.
right.
Doesn't it look like she says, I have a double
Yeah,
D?
that's what I thought too. I was like, huh?
Well, damn, that's a lot of load you're carrying there, Savannah.
Uh-huh.
But now I see she has ADD, so she has a lot
Yeah.
to talk about random
ADD.
stuff. So I gotcha.
Oh, I'm a curious person. Like, if I hear something and I'm not sure what it is, I'll go and look it up. And sometimes I really shouldn't do that, but you know,
Didn't you look up something the other day too?
I may have. I
We
don't
were
know.
in the chat. Okay, big hair don't care dot get a can for now and later.com. Get your hairspray, Laura. How can I, Roland? You sold all my stock to China, left me destitute. I had to go buy mousse. It's not like I don't get enough sticky stuff in my hair. Now I got to add mousse.
Oh, pocket. Don't
You
tell me
look,
not to look it up because I will look it up.
she will. Worms. We were talking about how
Yeah,
worms
that was
have
earlier.
sex. Yeah,
That was earlier on Vinny's.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you go and look it up, and I'm like, yep, she is true. You tell her something, she will go look it up.
If I don't know it, I will go look it because I'm just curious. I gotta know.
Everybody was asking, how do worms procreate? Especially when you could dissect them, and there's all their parts still live.
Hmm.
So it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. I was. There
A
was more to
7
that, but I
rolling.
didn't want to say it.
There was more.
Yeah, there was more to it. I just didn't want to put it because it was a lot. And yeah.
She was meaning to say she has ADD, Amanda, not double D's. Okay, I call BS. I have double D's, and I have to have the combos all the time.
So Alabama hot
Oh,
picket.
It's
A
Hot
hot
Pocket.
pocket.
It's
Hot
a Hot
pocket.
Pocket. Yes.
Okay.
You want to go on the Urban Dictionary for that
Okay.
one.
Hey,
Fish said, "Don't look it up. I just did." Amanda's like, "Yes, these are double D's, but my eyes are up here. Do
right.
you want me looking at your weenie or your two knees?" You have a niece that 12 had double D's? Oh, that poor
Oh
little child.
man.
And the boys are probably nasty and just
Mhm.
how they treat her.
Oh yeah. I
One of my
couldn't
best
imagine.
friends in high school, she was double D's at 14. And uh, I used to have to try to warn her, but out of the blue, she'd have all these guys always wanting to talk to her. And she was popular, wanted to go out and everything on dates. And I was like, if you don't think it has something to do with your chest, I said, I think you're an amazing person. Maya, shh, come here. Maya, it's the neighbor. I'll let you talk for a few minutes.
Okay. Called her Dolly. I could see that. Yeah, I was always growing up. I didn't have anything like no boobs until I got into high school. And then all the ones that made fun of me was like all the guys or whatever, and they tried to be all nice to me. I'm like, nope, you weren't nice to me when I didn't have any. Don't be nice to me now.
But I was saying, my girlfriend, she thought she was just, they had just really liked her. And I kept trying to tell her, look, everybody likes you, but you're way overdeveloped. And that's all they're thinking about. And she
Okay.
had started getting older guys, 18, 19-year-old soldiers. And at 15, she was out of school, knocked up.
No.
And the soldier was nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
So, hey, Socks.
Hey, socks. Yes, smart mouth. That's one thing I was grateful for. 'Cause I see these women that's had big old boobies and get older and they're like down to their belly buttons. I'm like, man, no.
Or what about really overweight women who get the big boobs and when they start to lose weight, their boobs are deflated and they're just hanging like cow udders.
Yeah.
It's like, I hate it for you. You thought, you had
Oh,
sexy titties when you were fat, but when you lose your weight, your titties aren't all that special.
yeah.
So I think a nice C cup is perfect size.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to worry about them falling down to your belly button or resting in your lap when you get older, with
No.
or without undergarments on.
Right, smart mouth.
Not necessarily. What about those ones that are so long that you have to pick them up to even see the kitty?
Oh God.
It's like, okay, we know what a dicky do is, but what do you call a woman whose belly or titties hang over? Is that fupa?
Fupa.
Yeah, is that what that's called? A fupa?
Oh no. I thought that was more. Oh no.
See, on a dicky do, it's always like their belly hangs out more than their dick does. That's why it's
Right.
called a dicky do. But a cookie don't? I never heard that one. It is crazy. I worked in nursing homes. Whoa. Most overweight women I know when they lose weight lose their tits and exactly. And that's what I was talking about. When they lose all that weight, their boobs set because that's all your breasts are fat. Pockets, it's just a big fat sack. So when you
Oh,
lose weight, most women do lose their boobs and they start to just hang because it's like you blew up a balloon.
yeah.
And when you let the air out, what happens to a balloon? That's what happens to the boobs.
Yeah.
Then they got pancake titties, and it's like, well, can't hide behind your titties forever. The rest of us who were just normal get to have the same size titties throughout our whole life. Martini glass, perfect. Okay. So you're happy with like a big A to a small B fish? Those will almost never sag.
No.
It don't hang when I've seen it. The boobs just shrink some ass. Okay. It is crazy.
Mhm.
How do we get in women deflating boobs?
I don't
Our
know.
our chat takes us to the weirdest places, don't they?
Yeah.
We got a lot of women in the chat, and we ended up talking about breast sizes and deflating of our breastises.
Right. I love it though. Like you just you never know where we're gonna go with anything because there's just so much. Everybody has so many different experiences, opinions, and I love it.
Yep. And that's what me and you even said. It's like we pick a topic for a half hour, but then engaging with the chat, we end up having more laughs, and it just wherever it goes, it takes us. And hey, buddy, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
I had my boobs before the weight, and they stayed the same cup size now that I'm losing weight. Still the same. Well, you're lucky.
Yeah.
Of course, we're talking about boobs, and Vinny's back.
He's like, did I hear boobs?
Hmm. Usually it's Dan, but Dan's having to feed Granny, so he
Oh,
can't be all about. He's probably listening to boobs, but he's got his Granny with him, so he's got to be really low key about it. He probably went boobs, boobs. Did somebody say boobs?
he's at the Burger King parking lot saying boobs, boobs.
Yeah. Your sister is a C cup. Wow. See, I put what I look like out there. I posted the pictures. I'm 53 and I can still, there are a lot of 20 and 30 and even 40-year-olds that can't compare.
No.
So, man's best subject. Figures I say boobs in the boob pick, he picks up too.
Right.
Vinny and Tim come in when boobs get talked. Tim's not even really a boob man. He's thighs and ass.
Mm. Let's see
And
here.
there's
Kurt.
Kurt. Yep. I knew we had some boob watchers watching in the damn bushes. Look at them all coming in. All right, this is a question for all the guys in the chat. What's the perfect tit size in your mind? And don't be like, oh, triple F's and Z's. And no, I mean, like,
For
do you
real.
consider a mouthful, more than a mouth, a handful? What do you consider the perfect boob size for you guys, for yourself? Preferences. 34C, okay.
Is Kurt the only one that's
It is all about the ass. Well, Tim, what's your perfect boob size? Vinny says a handful. Nah, Jay, you're not. Ass and titties for Vinny. Tim's he likes the ass, but he also likes thighs. So, Holler Boy, what's the perfect fish? Said a martini glass. Hey, U.S. Marine Corps, how you doing? He comes in with titties. Look, see. All right, Smart Mouth says more than a mouthful's a waste, but it's nice to smother your face. Okay. Kurt says anything above a 34C. You want a 34C and above or nothing above a 34C, Kurt? Aw.
Oh.
We're not gonna go into my size, but Holler Boy, what's your favorite size? Oh, you like above. Anything from 34C above. Okay. Okay. So some guys like to talk about booze, but then they're afraid to be talking. Savannah likes 38Cs. Okay, Savannah.
They're watching from the bushes and learning.
Holler Boy has his wife has double D, so he's perfect with double D. So he likes those double Ds.
Okay.
Any as long as they ain't built like a 15-year-old boy and boobs so big you can't see her any of her butter boobs. Okay, I gotcha. Smart Mouth says he ain't picky. He likes all tits. If he likes you, he likes you. And if you got an A cup or you got a Z cup, he'll fill his cup till it runs as over. Purple's like, all right, me and my itty bitty titties over here are gonna go hide in a baggy shirt.
Oh.
Some said they don't care about size, Purple. If they like you, they like you, whether they're small or they're large.
Mhm.
And Vinny, Bree, she already joked that she's a B cup, so we know he's okay. UMC said it don't matter, just put him in his face. That's all he needs. Yeah, only Barbie dolls are 36, 24, 36.
Mhm.
I've got one of those 36s right, but the rest is. uh, I mean, Pamela Anderson had those measurements, and look what happened to her. How she looks. I guess I don't care, but if I got to pick, I'm going anything bigger than a 34C. I gotcha. It's all about the clean kitty that tastes good. Okay. So he can get past the boobs as long as the kitty's clean. Litter box is clean, guys.
I could see that. I mean,
No, she wasn't in here, Vinny. I was just teasing you. Oh, yeah. Betty Boop and Jessica Rabbit have those measurements too. Yep.
oh,
I don't think I was ever those measurements.
I
Hey,
couldn't
Sean.
imagine like the women that wear those. What are they called?
Corsets.
Corsets or
Yep.
corset. Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
couldn't see how you could push yourself like that. I mean, I like them. I've worn them a couple times, but no, I couldn't do like they do where they tighten them like super tight.
Yes.
Rearranges your organs. Hey, Sean.
And then Kurt's a titty man, Vinny said. So, yeah, it's been proven. Kurt's only worried about titties.
I was waiting for somebody to say it's about their personality.
I'll be like, you're lying.
Right.
You're lying. See, Jay says, I value personality over looks. Okay, but, Jay, you don't know their personality when you first see them. It's looks that takes you in. So anybody who says I value personality over looks, bullshit, because you have to see the looks that draw you to that person so you get to know the personality.
There's got to be something there that attracts you to that person.
Yep.
Mhm.
And it's some kind of physical because it's either their eyes, their hair, their legs, their boobs, their ass, um, something about them attracts you to them before you even know what their personality is about.
No.
So when people do say, oh, what attracts me to somebody is personality. Oh, bullshit.
Mm-mm.
Bullshit. Because you didn't know
Bullshit.
their personality until you saw what you saw.
Right. I've seen some very attractive men and women that can be beautiful, but their personality makes them ugly. And I know that kind of sounds funny, but
No. Yep.
it just ruins the whole thing.
Well, USMC, you're in the right community because all the women joke that as soon as they get home, bras are off, uh, panties are off, and they're just commando style. He
Mhm.
says no bra wearing means you're hot. It's hot and it's also confident and sexy.
Oh,
Smart Mouth says, I'm sorry, anybody that's overweight, I'm not even going to try to mess with you.
well,
Now, I have heard that a lot of guys do like overweight women because they also know that not only that the mean phrase that they need loving too, is that
right.
if you're able to get past their outer looks, they're more loyal and they value you even more because they know how hard it is for people to get to know them.
Oh,
And eyes and legs, Menace says. Jay says, okay, eyes. Savannah said, when I was younger, I had beautiful legs.
mhm.
So that's why I still do the leg presses at the gym. I like having strong legs.
Mhm.
All right, FY, wearing the bra all the time, your boobs don't sag.
Yeah.
Exactly, but your boobs do also need to breathe.
Mhm.
So, and overweight women are freakier. They do want to try more, are willing to try more things the guys want to do.
Mhm.
All right. So her grandma was blind, went out to yell at the man selling weed to her dad and uncles, and she came out of it with a date, and they were together for 43 years.
Hey, that's so. It's funny how people can meet up in different ways, and it's like become a couple and stay a couple, most unexpected ways.
Yes. That's why I always tell people think about this, keep your heart open because it might be just going into a convenience store, you bump into somebody rushing to come in or out as you're going in or out,
Mhm.
and you lock eyes and you like, wow. Or you're pumping gas and you look up and the person you guys just lock eyes. Or like me and Tim, I was walking in with my ex and my eyes locked on Tim right off the bat. And now we've been together. You just never know.
Mhm.
Just keep yourself opening.
No.
So people are all hyping up tomorrow. That lady was more flexible than you could imagine. What, a big girl? All right. Who did Kurt say was more? Vinny Kirsten. Oh, okay. They know something
Oh, okay.
crazy. Did you guys get bad weather again today?
Yeah. Yeah. It
Us too.
finally it hit probably a couple of hours ago. Then I think we're finally gonna have I think about a week of no rain finally, if I'm not mistaken. Well,
We're
until Sunday. Never mind.
we are good for Friday or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. 11 days straight.
Uh, hey,
Now,
Nate.
granted, it's not been all day, just anywhere from 2 to 5 hours,
Mhm.
but it's still the ground looks like a jungle.
Uh,
Wish I had a giant wax strip for the backyard. It was so wet. It's been so wet that Tim used a weed eater to mow our front yard
no,
because to try to bring the riding mower down in there, it would have just destroyed the ground because it was nothing but mud.
no. Well, that's right. Now it sounds like there's two. It sounds like there's two mowers out here going right now. So, and I don't know how they're doing it because, like you said, it's soaked.
Amanda said at 275 pounds, she could still put her legs behind her head. So Savannah was with her husband now in the past, and years later she ran into him at a friend's house, and then they've been back together again now for 6 more years.
That's
Well,
funny.
sometimes you maybe weren't right at that moment. You were
Mm.
right for each other, but not at that moment in time. And if you're lucky enough to when the time's right,
Yeah.
the right man at the right time or the right woman at the right time, always. Yeah, Amy, you might get a whole 4 or 5 days earlier than you thought. Are you ready? I mean, I know you're ready, but she's used to opening up her front door and there being 50 restaurants within 5 miles for her to choose from. And she could eat somewhere different for a whole month and never have to go to the same. Now she's going down to Dairy Queen.
Uh, it takes some getting used to from being in a city to being in the country.
Yeah.
It will take some getting used to, but it's worth it to me. Like, I love it.
I don't mind that we don't have a mall. We have to drive 45 minutes to an hour and a half to get to a mall.
Mm.
But I do miss having the name restaurants that I have to drive 45 minutes to an hour and a half to one restaurant like TGI Fridays, 3 hours to Houston to get.
True.
So I do miss that we don't have like, because this is ran by the Good Old Boy Network. So the
Right.
restaurants that come in, you got to go through a certain brands.
Yeah.
Well, Amy, you're not going to get another Fridays for many, 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 many times. Or White Castles, except for frozen from Walmart's. And we know how bad those are.
Mm.
She's like bragging. I could be in White Castles in 2 minutes, or I could be at Fridays in 10. Hi, Xana May. How you doing?
Not anymore.
I told you when you're ready, let me know. Some people think me and her haven't done panels together before, but we have. So
No.
I know my stands are watching in the back. Me and Xana May have done a couple shows together. We had one planned, but I can't remember what something came up, Xana May, and I can't remember what it was. Of course, you let me know, and if I'm free, I will do it with you. Yeah, Dan, we're not even going to see him on the internet, and if he is, he's just going to be all giggly.
Yeah.
Think about all Amy's going to be like. They do say you lose weight with sex.
Hmm.
So when Amy comes on in about 6 months looking like she's 90 pounds, or Dan's down to like 90 pounds. All right,
Yeah.
Xanime, we know what's been going on. Let's
Mm.
just put it this way.
Oh yeah. Had to. He'll have to find somebody to take over his son while he's gone
Of course, I
for a
went there,
while.
Roland. What isn't? Well, Roland is the vice president
Oh well.
of the Twinkieverse. So Roland's going to have to step up.
No.
And if they go live, we're going to have to hear this. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Yeah, baby. Do you want this, baby? Oh, no, baby. It's okay. You want me to go get you something to drink, baby? Okay, here. You want this, baby? Instead of it being like, hey, Dan, I got to go to get me something to eat. All right. I love you. Love you too. Anyways, on today's topic, uh, and then let's say they're blessed like she wants to be, right?
Hmm.
We ain't gonna see Amy again, and Dan's gonna just go live and be like begging people, please go live and let me on your panel. Please, please, please. She's like, hush. Exactly. He'll be his own mumbling self. He won't even understand anymore. He'll be so tired of being like, Dan, what'd you say? You know what I said, Lori. No, Dan, what did you say? Did you hear me that time, Laurie? Sure, Dan, I heard you. I understood you. That's true, Amy. It's going to be like, Amy, you don't need to be on panel with me all the time. I see you every day now, every hour, in fact. Leave me alone.
Right?
Savannah says she's going to puke.
You'll have to have your own separate areas for away time.
So Tim came in and says, "Hey, babe, I've got this chick coming on tonight, and so try not to run out and interrupt me as much because it's not about music requests or anything. So don't let anybody tell you about music requests." I'm like, "Well, that's fine. I'm not feeling good. I'm already, I'd already dozed off, and for sisters, I had fallen asleep. So I woke up, and then I was text, hey, ACAL's in the chat. Go tell Tim this." And then somebody sent me something for Tim to play. And I'm like, fuck it. Tim. He's like, what? I was like, this, and that. Oh, okay. Thank you. I was like, yeah, I thought so. That is true. Amy won't be running from panel to panel. Have you seen Dan? Where's Dan? She's like, instead of Waldo, it's where's Dan? uh well, alrighty, girl. Are you about ready?
Yeah,
Because she
getting a
got to
little
eat dinner.
hungry.
Yep.
Yeah.
We changed our time frame so we weren't hitting on everybody else's dinner, and we sacrificed our own dinner.
Oh,
Yeah, he used to do that to you, Amy. Now you do it to him. Has anybody seen Dan? Have you seen Dan? Have you seen Dan? Have you seen Dan?
had to do it to where you can do a bulletin. Where
Yeah.
are you?
Look, so at the bottom of my computer, I keep getting these little pop-ups. So here, this one popped up, and you have to excuse where my mind went. It said finance headline, Russia's biggest, and I thought it said Russian
Oh
faceplant
gosh.
biggest for financial headlines.
Oh
Today in
no.
financial headlines, the Russian faceplant is the biggest stock market hit. So
My gosh.
it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what do you mean when it gets good, we all leave? It's been good. I made dinner with you all live. I made bacon wrapped meatloaf and air fried potatoes and carrots. See,
That's, that
I
sounds good.
had homemade cream corn, breaded pork chops, and a gratin potatoes last night for dinner. Tonight, I'm just having me some Southwest chicken egg rolls.
Oh, that sounds good. I made some last night I made some chicken spaghetti.
Yeah, how was that?
It was really good. It was almost like an Alfredo, but it wasn't as strong. Like the sauce wasn't as strong as an Alfredo sauce. It was
Right?
really good. And then tonight I'm making a beef stew. So it's like coming in my room and it smells so good.
Ah. Oh, did I mention Lori has a mansion right next to me in the gutter? Well, thanks for being the caregiver of that mansion for me, Amanda, for the days that I can get down there. She had mashed potatoes, barbecue chicken wings for, wait, for breakfast. Okay, now I'm not a big sweet potato fan, but I do like sweet potato fries.
See, I never know what to eat with sweet potato fries. Like I
Ketchup.
love sweet I don't know.
It tastes just like a French fry to me. I
Does
don't
it?
like some will do. If you do them yourself, you fry them up. You
Uh-huh.
sprinkle your salt on them like you would a normal French fry,
Right.
and then you just dip them in ketchup. I did it to my kids, and I told them that I had bought red potatoes, and they're like, "I'm not eating those. Those aren't potato French fries." And then they liked them, and then when I told them what it was, I was like, "Oh, that's nasty."
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know, that sounds weird to me. Just ketchup with, I don't know. I'll have to try it though. I mean, you never know till you try something. So,
Yeah. Well, at a restaurant, I asked for sweet potato fries, and they had cinnamon sugar over the top.
Mhm.
I'm
See,
like,
that's what I was
ew.
thinking, like something like that. Oh, yeah, chicken scampi, that sounds good, Jay.
Mhm. Amanda says do horseradish sauce mixed with ketchup.
I can't do horseradish.
Yeah, me
Mm,
either.
mm-mm.
But you'll find if you do it, if you just fry them up, add some salt, and dip them in your ketchup, it'll taste just like a French fry.
Uh, I'll have to try that.
I am going to do that sardine smoothie because I have to admit, I did take my finger and I did not taste it. It actually does taste like a pie. So I told Tim we're going to make a little video on it and
Yeah,
challenge to have people try it.
I would. Like, you might be able to, like, get a trend started.
Yep. I say I like sweet potatoes, but they have to have salt on them. Yes, exactly. Salt your sweet potato fries after they're done.
Mm,
Well, when you fry them, Justice, put your salt on them and they're not, it takes away the sweetness from them.
mm,
And then when you dip them in the ketchup, it just tastes like a fry.
uh,
I was lazy. Mac and cheese with chicken strips and garlic cheese fingers.
hey.
Hey, my dinner, it is lazy. My egg rolls are from a restaurant. Tim went to get takeout. I'm not cooking tonight. Sweet potato fries, and her aunt makes a marshmallow sauce to go over it for him.
Oh, I could see that too.
Yeah. Almost like you're making a Rice Krispie marshmallow sauce with the butter and the melted marshmallows.
Uh-huh. I love
Get it?
Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah, but without adding the Rice Krispies, as
Uh-huh.
it's gooey, sprinkle it over your fries.
Mm.
I didn't put Triple T on blast. You guys are crazy.
I know, holler, my stomach is over here growling.
I know, right? All right, guys, we're gonna end it so we can eat. Because everybody getting hungry, and Tim's bringing dinner home. Wait a minute. I'm thinking Uncle Menace is sending Ayla a pizza. What I used to do in restaurants, I worked at, we coat sweet potato fries in brown sugar, cinnamon, and butter mixture.
Oh,
See, that's how one of the restaurants down here does it. And to me, when I get sweet potato fries as a side, it's not a dessert.
oh.
Tell them where you got your chicken spaghetti from.
Oh, for me, sorry. I got it from HelloFresh. I've been ordering meals from them. We get 3 meals a week from them, and so far, I mean, the first ones I didn't enjoy, but we sat down and kind of went through them a little better, and they're really good. And just for the two of us, because we're just me and him, it's hard to cook for two people, and we always had a bunch of leftovers, and so I started doing that, and I'm loving it.
Yep. And me and Tim have tried it. We had to do the order for three or four because if you just do for two, I've noticed sometimes it's not a lot of food, especially if you like it.
Yeah.
So, especially like if you choose to do the barbecue pork, like the barbecue pork sandwiches, there's only enough for each of you to have one sandwich.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
we would pay for the four and just do 2 meals, and you can suspend it for
Yep.
as many weeks as you want. You don't have to order and you get to choose your meals. So, you can
Uh-huh.
have any time, anywhere from 1 meal a night to seven meals a week.
Yeah. Yeah. You can go up, and I think it's up. Uh, you can go from 2, 4, and 8, I think it is,
Yep.
per household or whatever for meals. Like, and they'll send you enough for, how many ever people.
Yep. And when you first start off, you get all this, so many meals for free.
Hmm.
And so it's really a cheap price. And then when you've done all that and you want to suspend it, you can
Yep.
suspend it, and they'll send you all kinds of deals to come back
Yeah.
and
And
just come
I've
back
got,
and take the deals and
yep.
suspend it again.
Yeah. Well, like they have an award system after you have so many boxes, you get like a percent. I think it's like 30 30% off, I think it was, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken. Don't quote me on it, but I think it's like 30% off like a box after every so many. And I mean, with us doing it, our grocery bills already like has went down at least $40
Yep.
because you're not buying extra food, stuff that you normally would buy, at the store or whatever. So,
And the directions are so simple
hmm
that even if you've never cooked, it gives you, like, especially on a special occasion, you got a woman coming over or a man, order
hmm
this and the step by step. You guys can actually do it together, and it's kind of romantic.
yeah. Well, there's stuff like that I've cooked. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. I mean, I can cook pretty good, but some of this stuff is just crazy. But I mean, so far, knock on wood, I've not had any issues. So,
Nope. And some of their sauce, I've like, okay, I just want to buy the sauce so that I
yes.
can, but you can't literally find it because these are chefs that are doing up their sauce.
Uh-huh.
So trying to find just the sauce. So, but
Yep.
exactly, it's hard to cook for just two without wasting food. Or, for
Mhm.
us, we always give it to the dogs,
Yeah.
the leftovers. But for something different, to try uh, different types of cooking and stuff,
Yeah.
the it's definitely a good thing to do is that Hello Fresh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've done it now. I think we've had 5 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, so far, and I've yet to have a repeat of a meal. Like we've had something different each time that we've done it. We've not had, any repeats yet. So, and that's five. So, 3 times 5, 15 meals.
Yeah.
So,
And I think you've only told me, I don't even think you've had a couple that you didn't like,
yeah.
but other than that, you guys have had no problem
Mm-mm.
liking what you do.
No, no. In the beginning, I was a little iffy with it because I was like, the meals wasn't that good, but it was the ones that I had chosen. I didn't really pay attention to them like I should have. But now that I've gotten the hang of it, I mean,
All right, Holler Boy, thanks for coming in.
later
So
holler.
we appreciate everybody. Make sure you guys go hit
Thanks.
that like on Macha's side. Too, don't forget, it was dual streaming.
No,
It looks like it
yeah,
went pretty good.
no,
So
yeah. I've been trying to keep an eye on it, and it looks like it's went pretty good. So
you just popped your official going live on your channel,
I know,
Terry.
I know. I'm having a lot of firsts with you, Lori.
I know, I know. And look, I'm such a considerate person. I told you it'd be easy and it wouldn't hurt. It's not painful. See, I'm very considerate.
She's
There's
very gentle, people. She's very
Yep,
gentle.
at least for your first couple times.
Right.
Once Maka slipped and let it loose that she's a freak and she made the comments about how to keep a man happy, I knew that I was like, okay, I don't have to be, tiptoeing in the daisy fields anymore. We
Right.
can just go storming through those daisies and tearing them up with our feet and our fingers.
Right. Well, thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, because her first one, she ended it before she started it. We got 28 seconds. All right, you be safe walking to the store, Amanda. Next
Yes.
time it's the gloves with no
Oh, no.
lube.
Oh,
Whoa,
oh no. I'm
those gloves can
scared.
drive you out. Yeah, I know. Ouch. I'm scared for you. So, all right, everybody, have a blessed night. You don't have to go home, but
You can't stay here.
all right. Well, thank you, Micah, for another great stream.
Thank you.
All right, chat. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate each and every one of you every week for coming by.